live on both places because without Chris, it's harder to see, to check all the places. Come on. I see me on Facebook. And I think that if you can hear me, tell me that you can hear me. Well, it's in captions, which I hate. I don't know how to turn that off because apparently I have a funky accent. Yeah. Hi, Connie. Can you hear me? Yes, she's ready. I've tried to squish her out of the way and she won't get out. So I decided I'd just leave her because when I had the thing set up, then she was just there. Hi, guys. Can you hear me on Facebook? Let me go back over. So City's not the star of the show. She still thinks she is. She's been here like and kind of setting up. There we go. Half the morning and she refuses to. Oh, good. My computer did an auto update. I hate because then when it auto updates, and it turns itself off this morning and I came back in and you have to log into everything. And then I also have to do an update for my Manicam, and then it couldn't find my phone. I'm like, my phone's right here. And it wanted me to update my phone, but it eventually I just logged out of everything and logged back in, and then it found it. And she stayed here the whole time. So I'm going to be showing you some stuff from the annual catalog. And I realized as I started looking from it, like it brought back summer memories because this catalog came out, and this year, because of the way that they're changing the catalog dates, this one came out, and then like immediately after it came out, the holiday catalog came out. That won't happen again. It was just this year as they changed the dates. So we didn't play with it for very long, and then the holiday catalog was out. So I felt like I had tons of samples, and I do have a lot, but not as many as I kind of thought. So let me show you a few. I think she's going to stay here. She can be my Vanna. As I show you a few cards of, yeah, she's also going to take a bath now, just right here in the midst of everything. So I'm going to show you a few samples, and then I'm going to make a card, and then I'm going to do this 3 times today. So almost everything is 10% off. Okay, well, she's going to sit here. I'll change back to me and I'll just hold them up. Almost everything's 10% off, which is basically free shipping. And the reason we don't ever do a free shipping sale is because we're a worldwide company and shipping isn't the same everywhere. So for some of the girls in different countries, they hardly pay any shipping. So a free shipping sale to them would be not anything because they have a flat shipping charge. So it wouldn't be a very good sale for them. So I just picked out a few of my favorites. Hi, guys. Well, there's people all over the place. I can't keep looking at that, though, because I'll get distracted and it'll take forever. And I do want to get through all 3 cards, which today I'm not going to stamp as I go. Sometimes I do that live, but today I already know my 3 projects, which kind of helps because it's a busy week. So this one is World of Good. So this one, and some of it, I'm like, that was a long time ago. It really hasn't been that long time ago. Cindy, why don't you move? So this one I stamped on window sheet. And so as I go through these, I'm going to I'm making a mental list for myself as well of things like I need. And the plates are one of the things that you can get 10% off today. So there's a bunch of stuff that a lot of times I don't think that I need it until I go to use it. And I'm like, oh, I haven't ordered that. And so sometimes I write Post-it notes, but then my helpers hop on my computer desk and they remove things. Oh, she's leaving now. Oh, and she has a gold gem stuck on her. This is, it's got fur in the gold gems. So now I'll go back down to where you can see the cards a little better. Okay, so this is World of Good. And I stamped on the window sheet. So there's a couple of things on here. The window sheet I often run out of, partly because it's see-through, and I'm totally out of the brass foil. So I'm going to get some of that. And this has the little edgelets, and I think I'm out of those as well. So as part of these, what I'm showing you right now, I think the whole stack, pretty much the whole stack, there may be a couple in here that aren't. They are part of the suites. So when you order a suite, it's everything in the suite is 10% off. So today it's 10% off on top of that as well. So it's like getting almost 20% off. So this suite has those little embellishments. It has this ribbon. It has the world map foil. So the paper, all of it. It's got something stuck on it. So everything in the suite, if you order it, it's already discounted, and then you get discounted again. So that's a suite. These are bundles. The pets are a suite. And this is another thing that I have on my list to get today is this velvet paper, because I've used some of the colors all the way up. I have a lot of the purple left, but I've used the seafoam. And if you come back later, I will show you a card that a friend of mine made. She called it the Velvet Elvis. I don't know why the picture's fuzzy. I may have to hold it still better because sometimes my phone takes a second to focus. So I stamped on the velvet here. I'll put it down. The velvet paper, but the pets are also a suite, and that pet suite is fairly inexpensive. I think it's around $60 when it's discounted. So then it will be discounted again on top of that. I'm going to use not that suite today, but I'm going to use the trim because I'm going to have to use a bunch of this at Valentine's, the red and white, because I keep using the black and white trim that comes in that. Then a lot of times I send you the cards that I've made in my videos. So I don't, has a punch. So it's not, if you don't have a die cut machine, that's a really good one. But this uses the folder, and I just painted the folder. And then the Peony Suite is one of the really, really pretty ones. But this one also has the ornate frames, which was one of my top picks for bundles. So this one has kind of actually this one has a bunch, because another thing that I picked that's great to get today is if you're low on refills, I just buy them by the box, by color family, because then they come in a little box, you have the whole color family. So if you're going to get refills today, get some tulle ribbon. This has the tulle ribbon that I dyed magenta. This one also has the same ribbon dyed magenta, and it's the same. This is if you use the Peony Builder, and this is if you great day to go over and kind of smudge with your blends and see if any of them are dry, because you can replace them or you can fill in any of the colors that you're missing. And if you look if you have the paper copy of the catalog, then you can go look at the ones that say N, and those are the ones that were new this year. So you might not have all of those. Most of the N colors this year had one, except for Bumblebee, and then another pink. I don't remember which of the pinks, but there was a pink one that had. And then this is just a peony one, and this is with the Artistry Blooms paper, and we just cut it out with that. So the picture is way fuzzier on YouTube than it is on Facebook. I don't know. YouTube. So if you're on Facebook, to my Facebook page, it's Cheri's Cards over there. I have both of my things pulled up, and on YouTube it's fuzzy, and on Facebook it's not, and it's the exact same camera, so I'm not sure why it's doing that. Then here's a couple of bundles. This one's Mini Mates, and I did the same card, and I just did it two different ways, one with colored cardstock and one with the metallics. And then this one also has the window sheet. I don't know if you can see it if I put it a little bit closer. It's kind of hard to see the window sheet, but the stamping's underneath, and then these are laid on top. And then another thing that you might think of getting today is a little bit of a stock up are those adhesive sheets. And then here's another one that's a bundle. Yeah, this is a bundle, not a suite. And I don't remember what it's called because it's been a minute since I made these. These make really pretty vintage cards. And almost all of these have a tutorial on YouTube. And then this one is Life's Better With, Something's Better With, Everything's Better With. It's a fun little suite. And I've made two cards with it. I couldn't find the other one. I did one with cocktails, but those are both on there. So all of these are things that are already discounted. And then if you get them today, you get another little discount on top of it. And then today, just like every day of the month, if you buy from me, you get a thank you gift with your thank you card in the mail. And then I left them over here. Everybody who orders today will also get one of my little pins. And these are what people get when they come to my live classes. And sometimes I throw them in my other classes, but I sometimes forget. When you take a class, often I forget. But these are just little pins. And when girls come to my live classes, they get them and then they pin them on their bags. They're made with our designer series paper. One of my girlfriends makes them. So if you order today, then I will throw one of these. They'll just be random. Some are current paper, some are holiday paper. These are just the ones that were out at last camp. Here's the Forever Greenery, which is the suite I'm going to use now. They may be retired. I'm just going to pick one out of my little stash, which this is a tiny stash. I have a giant jar of them. So you'll get a little pin. And then I'll try to remember to put them in the next class that I do. Because I do have them there and I just forget. So I'm going to show you a card now. Made with Forever Fern and the Birch. So this is my daughter. Very favorite set. You know, she's a demonstrator. She has a ton of videos on her channel with this stamp set because it's her favorite. So I wanted to do it. At first I was going to use the paper that comes with it. Like I said, we've been focusing so much on the holiday catalog that when I went to look at this, I felt like I hadn't looked at it in forever. Of course, I see every other suite I just showed you except for the one I want to see. I don't even remember where it's at in here. Here we go. So it's very, very summery, right? It's beautiful. The paper's beautiful. It has those hoops. The hoops are one of my very favorite things in this catalog. But I decided I wanted it to look a little bit wintry because it's winter here, at least if you're in the U.S. I know it's not winter everywhere because I've lived in Australia where it's starting to be spring. Although this time of year, it's always fun because we lived in Melbourne. It's the exact same weather pretty much half the days because it takes a while to warm up there. So here is one of the other elements that you get in this suite are these really, really pretty gold foil cutouts. So I'm going to use one of these on the card today because at first I was going to do silver. So you can use them this way or you can flip them over and you can use them white. So my intent was to do a white card. I really wanted to use one of these wreaths, but then I thought it was going to end up looking Christmas and I'm trying to stay away from some Christmas. Because at this point, if you haven't started your Christmas cards, you're probably not going to do something this intricate. So I pulled out one of these. Actually, here's the one I used and here's the one I'm going to use now. So you get a nice little selection of them. I just keep them in here so they don't get smudged. And then I went with some winter colors. When it was all said and done, I decided the gold was too beautiful to cover up, so we are going to do gold. I have Balmy Blue, Misty Moonlight, and Pretty Peacock. Oh, and I thought I had everything here, but you know my cat, if you weren't here at the beginning, she was lying on the table and I couldn't see on my cardstock. I do need a piece of light is our back. I'm going to fold this in half. And then this is a piece of designer series paper that is from the In Good Taste suite. It's not from the suite. But it's on sale today too, because it's all on sale. So I'm going to take the Birch folder. So I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight, and I'm just going to use it inside here because with this birch one is a lot of fun, and I'm just using it for some texture. So if it looks a little bit woody, that's okay, but it's not going to show a whole lot. Of course, I'm probably starting with my messiest card of the day. And again, this was what I was going to start with, but because my cat was on top of the other two, this is the one that I ended up going with. She really does rule the roost. So I'm just going to lay this on top. And all it's going to show are these two edges. So I'm just going to go down the edges like that. And then it's got a little bit here. You can see right here, it didn't get as much as I'd like. So I'm just going to lay it right back here. That's what I mean about this one. Being really forgiving, because see, it doesn't even line up, but it just keeps the card from looking flat. And now that some of the ink's been taken off, I'm going to put this little wood piece here. And I'm just going to lightly touch that one, just so it kind of ties it together. Oh, come on. So it just has a little bit of that ink color on it. Now I'm going to take some vanilla cardstock. And if you have not stamped with these stamps, they are beautiful. So I just pulled out 3 of them. So let's do this big one in the balmy blue. But the detail that you get, look at that detail. It's so pretty. And then let's do this one in the peacock. It's just gorgeous. And you can do, like, my daughter she likes to stamp with them. So she just keeps stamping images and images and images, and made a couple of like full art pieces with them. And this is in Misty Moonlight. This is my favorite image out of the set. When I'm done, I will take pictures and I'll post these over on my blog so you can see all the close-ups of the finished cards. You can see they're really pretty. I mean, this card will do lovely wedding. I mean, this stamp set does really pretty wedding cards. Okay, so now I'm going to move my machine over here. Take my scissors, just because I've got an unusually large piece of scrap paper here. Just trim those out. And I'm going to pull my dies over. So it has all kinds of dies. First, I'm going to do these ones that are like the framelets. Put these on. Send these through. This new machine is fabulous. It's not part of the sale today. But if your order is over $150, then you get free stuff. Do I have too many blades? Yeah, that's the problem. I have them in the wrong order because, I just moved everything to set up, and I didn't even check to see if this was right. But sorry to say, the machine is not on sale. But the good news is our mini machine will be out in January. How exciting is that? If you then demonstrators can order it in December. And if you are interested in being a demonstrator, then our starter kit's a really good deal. But today it's a good deal because if you buy stuff that is in the annual catalog and you put it in your starter kit, then it will be 10% off. So you get $120 worth of stuff with free shipping always. But today, if you got stuff that was 10% off, you'd even get more out of that. And then you can get. And then I have, I don't know if I can get another one of these. Oh, I can. Was just some of the other images. I can get one of those on there. So we'll just turn. So that is Misty Moonlight, and this is peacock paper. And then one of the things I like most about this machine is on our old one, you kind of had to go in the center, especially for any of this stuff that was a little bit more intricate. On this one, you can cut wherever. So I can go all the way to the edges all of the time and it cuts fine. Okay, so we've got those. And some of these cut and emboss. That's the name of our machine. You don't like this one right here. I don't know if you can see it has the little lines in it. You can see it a little bit better in on like metallic cardstock than you can sometimes on these blues. Okay, so now we just have to stick it all together. So I have a couple of tips for you when you're using this really pretty foil. Isn't that just gorgeous? It's so pretty. So I'm going to take I'm going to use my seal and not my Seal Plus, because that way if I stick anything where I don't want it, I can move it. So I'm just going to add this. And this is cut maybe it's 3.5. I did it last night by 5.5 because I just wanted to have it a little bit of spacing. Now I'm going to take my seal and I'm going to put it right here where I know I'm going to start adding my flowers. And then this will cover it up. And then you just kind of start building your bouquet. So this one right here, you can see it's sticky right here. So I'm just going to stick this one on first. And there's enough there to hold that one, because it's hard to get adhesive on there. But now on these, I can put some adhesive. And you literally just kind of add adhesive, and there'll be enough of that to hold your little gold foil piece down. I'm trying to cover up all those stems so I don't have it all stemmy down there. And then with this one, again, it's kind of hard to get the adhesive, so I'm just going to put a tiny bit right there. And then make sure there's still a little bit of sticky right here. And then this one right here is great for that kind of covering up that middle section. So that will go right there. But before I stick that on, I'm going to get, this is the ribbon that comes in, it comes in this suite. I was trying to remember. It also comes with white linen. I love this one. I use it all the time. So it's just like a really super thin cord. And I'm just going to wrap it around 3 of my fingers just to kind of get it in a circle. And then I'm going to lay it so it sticks and all that sticky. And if there's not enough, then you can kind of just add a little bit more. Like that. And then I'm going to snip them. All apart. And then these little ends that fall off, I'm going to separate them with my scissors. You can kind of do it with your hands too. You may need it, you may not, depending on how sticky there. So I can just lift that up and stick that in, and it gives ever so wispy right here. Take another piece of this because I don't want it to be too big over there. And so you just kind of untwirl it with your hand. I probably don't have any over here. Maybe. Just kind of depends on where you stuck the, oh yeah, it's stuck. And then I'm going to stick this on to kind of hold them in place because this also has the adhesive on it. And then just take the tips of your snips and kind of fray those all out. And then because I think every card needs some gems and every card needs ribbon. So these are, they're falling out, the gilded gems, and they're part of the sale today. And of course the gold looks really pretty with it. So I'll put one of the gold ones there, the big ones. Then I'll add one here. And then the holiday rhinestones are not part of the sale, which to me means that they're on low inventory. Luckily for you guys, if you purchase from me, it is one of my free gifts. So you can go over to my website to find out how to get those. So I already have a supply of them. So I can use them because you'll still be able to get them if you buy from me. So I'm just going to use the navy ones and just add a couple more of those. So it gives it, I think, a little bit more of a winter look. Here's the one I made last night. Because these patterns come in different, I mean, the foil comes in different patterns. They look a little bit different, but the same. I don't think anybody would notice that they're different. That we've done with this stamp set. This is not the stamp set I'm looking at. I'm going, that's not it. This one my daughter did make. And she is a huge fan of using it in all different colors. So that's one of hers. And she also used the same background paper that I just did. I think this is the very first one I made with this suite. Here it's the same die. Let me see if I can get it a little bit closer. The stripy paper always looks so jarring in the camera, but you can see a little bit more of the embossed. And here's the paper is really pretty. And then here's one where I did, and I sent it through an embossing folder as well. So you get almost all of the dies on that one. And then this one, this is one of my favorites with it. I'm pretty sure that there's a tutorial for this one. Sometimes I can't remember if it was part of a class and I'm showing you one that I shouldn't be showing you, but I'm pretty sure that this one has a video. If not, you got a little bonus surprise. So those are the ones I'm going to show you for right now, and I'll hop back on in a little bit. If you do order, then go to my website and make sure you use the host code. That's how you'll get the different, you can get the holiday rhinestones and the glitter stars. Those are my two different freebies. One is free at one level, and then you get both at a different level, but I didn't look to see which was which. So I'm not going to tell you because it's a 50-50 chance, and probably I'd guess wrong. If you don't want to place your order, if you'd rather I do it for you, you are welcome to email it to me. And then you can call me and leave a voicemail with your card number, or I can call you later. But because I'm going to be live and because that's my phone, it's harder to get in touch with me today. I also have a little tutorial on my website that if you want to send your husband or your kids or whoever buys for you for Christmas a wish list, like you just go to my website, you put exactly what you want. It's kind of like a gift registry, and then it makes a little personalized link and you can send it to them, and then they can add it all to a cart, or they can just pick what they want, and you're already signed into my account, and then they will also qualify for the freebies. So you can do that for today. If you tell them it's on sale today, maybe that will inspire them to get it quickly, but it will work all the way through until the holidays too. So that's what I have. If there is anything that you want to see from the annual catalog, then feel free to comment on either Facebook or YouTube. And if I have time, I'll throw it together in the last one. The last one I'm going to be showing you a kit, and those are my two classes coming up in December. So I might have time to squeeze something else in that one. That one's going to be the kit and the stamparatus. So I do have a list on my website that I put up yesterday of my top. It's the top 10, but there's really 11 things because the kit is a 2-part thing of the choices that I would make. But like I said, I've got on my list, because I gave you the top 10 kind of bargains, but I'm getting plates and adhesive sheets and the foam adhesive sheets, the foil, the brass foil. So there's some things that sometimes we just forget about. Some of the stuff like this seal and the white cardstock, that stuff's not on sale because demonstrators would buy it all up and then it would go on back order. So that's what I have for you today. I will hop back on probably in about another hour or so. So I'll see you in a little bit. Bye. I gotta find my mouse from all the way across the room. Maybe.